The best thing about recording in this temperature is that the second I hit record in Ireland with the summer, especially in this little building I'm in at the moment, it gets super, super hot. So I turn off all the fans. I'm going to cheat though. I'm going to leave one on because just having a small bit of breeze is incredible. But although it's a riveting subject, ambient room temperature isn't exactly the topic of this video. What I want to talk about is to bring you along on the journey that I'm about to be going on of doing my first race weekend in real life, in a real life race car, which is an opportunity not a lot of people get to do. So it's one I really want to respect. For those of you that don't know, it's a scholarship that I did with RTA Virtual Motorsport earlier on in the year. A lot of people entered to drive a Formula V car in real life, win the prize. And I was one of the people that won the prize through a judge panel, through interviews, all sorts of different things. And I won it. That was earlier on in the year. But now, tomorrow, I'm going to be driving down to Mondello Park to do my full race weekend in a Formula V car, which is just, I honestly just can't get my head around it. It's just a crazy, crazy opportunity. And it's thanks to so many people who put in an awful lot of work, an awful lot of time. It's worth actually pausing on that. The time, the effort, and the love. You can't make something special happen without actually putting a bit of your heart into it. It was very obvious from the get-go that people put their heart into this. But yeah, so we just came off the back of the testing weekend there in Kirkestown, and that was an awful lot of fun getting out to try the car. I had wild concerns, like up until about 3 weeks before the test in Kirkestown, I was pretty nervous because I was just a lot of things I had so long thinking about it that I was thinking about ridiculous sort of things right almost up until actually getting in the car. Just the most stupid things of, different ways the car could, interact with grass if I was to go off or push a little hard, like the most minute things, but classic over worrier stuff. But then it was incredible. About 3 weeks before Kirkestown, suddenly it's like the nerves had been there for so long that they all just evaporated. It's like they had no longer had the oxygen to survive. A lot of the answers I'd gotten to most of these silly questions, a lot of the questions I couldn't get answers to were because they're completely out of my control. And the last thing to do was to go out and feel what it's like to drive a race car fast as fuck. That was it. And those kind of feelings turned into just pure excitement. And I mean like real excitement. And I think it was 2 days before I went to Kirkestown, I was sitting on the couch watching TV and then obviously doing this like random access memory thinking that I'm doing. I just thought what it'd be like to have nice warm tires and just throw it into a corner and just feel that connection with the road. I don't know why. I just got this very vivid picture of what it's going to feel like, and it made me even more excited. Like really, really excited. And then when I got to the track, everything went well. We'd done our test day. It was amazing. The ramp up, it's beautiful to ramp up a beginner from anything, whether you're trying to teach someone archery or show them how to use a computer for the first time. When someone's a complete beginner at something, they learn so fast. And you as the beginner can also feel that. Now there's also the Dunning-Kruger effect, is that beginners, because of this fast ramp up, they actually think they've achieved mastery, which what happens is they get kind of good and then they realize, wait a minute, to get really good, it requires pain, effort, and possibly falling back down that hill again. So, but it was a fun experience to feel that kind of, the growth happening, the comfort in the car. There's so much more to do. I obviously don't have enough time to do it. I have one test day, one quali, and one race to enjoy the experience. Friend Kevin gave me this incredible advice, just saying, man, enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. And that's sounds like obvious advice, but doing the weekend, it can be pretty easy to get caught up in it because I have a job to do. I have a job to do in terms of don't come last, don't crash, and bring the car back in a respectable manner to the owner. So I'm trying to just think about enjoying it going into that weekend. But yeah, so the last weekend was fine. I took like a duck to the water to the car. If anything, it was a little concerning how much I was pushing it, but that kind of had to be done. And I was content with the way I did it because I did find the rough limit of some parts of driving with that car. Other parts require a lot more talent to find those particular limits. But in terms of just pushing the car and seeing it trip over itself and just knowing, okay, the car can trip if I do this, the car can trip if I do that, and then kind of trying to pull it back to get very far away from those points and then find the other fail points at the other side. It was very interesting and cool to see and to come back, give the feedback. Test session, I'm really happy. Big tick off there. The car's fine, I'm fine, and we have the experience. We made some adjustments to the car. Awesome stuff. Now, moving over to the race weekend that we have coming. And this is the part where I love making videos like this because I get to just sit down with you and explain what's going on. For those of you that I know a few of you said you want to come down and watch, which is just absolutely incredible. Obviously, the pressure's there because there's friends and family coming to watch, but at the end of the day, when you're out on a track, I very quickly learned at Kyrgyzstan, it's just you on your Toblerone. I've never felt so much serenity on a track before driving that car. You are so on your own, and it's just amazing. It's just, I don't know, it's it's hard to explain. But yeah, for those that can't make it to the weekend, it'll be live streamed as well. There is a link going around, so do look up on the Sunday Mondello Park live stream, 3 p.m. UK Ireland time, somewhere in and around there. The race will be live streamed. But yeah, it's fun to bring you along with this and just let you know the thoughts that are going into it. If you were in this position too, I'd want to just share it with you guys. So, is there nerves going into the weekend? Not at all, really. And I really mean that. There's concerns. There's definitely concerns about just little things, like very little performance things. I'm just curious about how the car will handle offline in some corners, but those are curiosities that are about to be answered. Curious to see if it's wet. How hard is it to drive in the wet and kind of, catch it and just drive it in that little in those rounded railroad tracks, you know what I mean? How to just keep it in it in real life, because I haven't got experience doing that, although I do have a fair bit of wet driving experience in other cars. But yeah, no real nerves, oddly enough. There is a lot of excitement, but that excitement is spread out a lot of everywhere. Like the excitement is like, there's going to be a lot of people there I haven't even met before from the community, like the Irish pub Discord that we have. Some people are going to come down that I haven't met before, so that's absolutely incredible. I want to get some lovely photos and spend a bit of time with everyone coming. There's just the vibe, seeing all the other racers, all the people who supported me throughout this and all, and it's just crazy for one weekend. A lot of people coming together to just help you get the job done, get the most out of yourself. And there's also the little responsibility of just not making a show of sim racing as well, because I guess the last two guys who came before me, Camto and Travis, they undoubtedly done an excellent job. I think for the people who've doing their first race, I think they did quite well. So I'm just looking to tee off that three, just so as the scholarship stands, it went well. But there's the harsh reality, and this is why I'm not nervous. Shit happens. Shit happens real hard and fast and sloppy in motorsport. Like, it's just messy sometimes. So there's a lot of things outside of my control that can go very wrong. Like anything, there's mechanical, there's engine stuff, there are cars, there's other people on the track. You can't always control what happens with these. I can just do my best in my moment, stay in my lane, and that's pretty much it. Now, in terms of aggressiveness, I'm not going to talk too much on that now. I guess my competitors on the track will see, and we will see in the video after how that actually came to fruition. But in terms of Dyson and stuff like that, I'm pretty much going to copy paste how I race in the sim in real life, and even a touch harder. That's pretty much the best way to do it, I think. I've had some discussions with coaches and stuff about that. And yeah, it's just to very quickly get a mutual understanding with who I'm racing with. And yeah, I think that's one of the most fun parts about it. You can really read someone's mind through their visor with no words, even virtually in the sim. You can just, when you're driving on the motorway or the freeway and you're looking at someone and you can just see a car, they haven't even moved. And you're like, that person's about to do some dumb shit. And then 3 seconds later, it comes through, you can just smell it. It's to get out on the track and wake up all those sensations and just, that little spidey sense that you need. Even when you're just driving to go to the shops, that you always need to have when you're on the roads. Same for the racetrack. So that'll be one of the most fun things. But again, no real nerves, because a lot of those things that can go wrong are out of my control. If someone shoves me off a track, it's just instinctive drive and carry it on the grass, get the car pitched okay, get back on the track without spinning on re-entry and just get back going, or whatever happens. The best thing I can do is just anything that's in my control, keep it tight, keep it locked, and just keep it consistent. This isn't revolutionary info, by the way. If any of you guys were in my position, you would probably be doing the exact same thing and thinking in a very similar way too. So yeah, we'll have testing, go out, learn all the bits, get used to the cars. Quali will come, again, leave the pits and just go for that lap. In fairness, with RTA, they actually had 15-minute open qualifying sessions where you had to go catch the toe and stuff. So it was actually very interesting in that sense that I'll have quite the, the exposure to a very similar sort of style. It depends who I get behind, if they're going to hold me up or if someone's going to be behind me and I'm kind of holding them up and they go for a move and we both kind of have an aborted lap. Again, it's all out of my control. All I can do is just leave the pits and go, baby, go. So that'll be quali. Again, that's pretty much looking after itself. We'll get the checkered flag and then we'll all head home after that into the pits. And then there'll be that cool period between quali and the race. I imagine there'll be a little bit of nerves, but at the same time, I visualized it so hard that I've been there with other people while they're sitting in it as well, that I don't know. I think I'll just sit there and I'll just feel ready to go, and just in a sad way, doing the race will be a bit of a send off. It'll be a final drive in the car, which is fucking hilarious because it's actually the most climactic part of the entire driving experience. Like, the race is only a fraction of what I was doing. That day I did in Kyrgyzstan was really its own special thing. If someone told me you win a test day in a Formula V at a track and, you know, to see what you can get out of yourself, I would have been equally as elated because it's maximum. Do you know what I mean? It can't go higher. I would have been through the moon. So I treated that like its own thing. Tomorrow's going to be its own thing. Saturday, the in between, is definitely going to be its own thing. The waiting and kind of just sitting with myself. 3 months ago, I would have thought, oh my God, you know, I'm going to have to wait the Saturday between the race and the Sunday. Oh no, I'm not going to be able to enjoy the Saturday because of the nerves. But then I just got so close to it that I'm just really, really excited, you know, like whatever happens, happens, and we'll give it a good go. We'll have cameras and stuff. There'll be someone doing a bit of video work there. There's going to be a camera on the car. But in terms of myself, I'm just going to be locked in and enjoying it, really. Afterwards, there'll be obviously a heap of footage for me to edit. So that'll be a heap of fun, which it actually is for real life stuff. But yeah, so that's the plan. This was very, very ranty. I appreciate it. Let me know down in the comments if you made it this far by saying a pint of pizza in the comments. Obviously, don't just say a pint of pizza. Let me know what you're thinking. And if these style of random rant videos you're interested in, do let me know as well. But yeah, so that's the plan. This weekend, we're going to go racing. And then after that, it's back to business as usual. You know, obviously doing content creation full time I'm already quite privileged to do something like that. So it's to get back into sim racing, and it's given me a whole new love of sim racing because the way I went out on track driving last Friday, I was so analytical in trying different things. And one of the faults of sim racing is that you know you have forever to get the job done. During a test day in real life, you have a set amount of time. And after that, whatever regrets you have or poor performance or poor focus you had, if you feel like you didn't extract the most out of the test day, let alone yourself, that's very disappointing. So it's definitely taught me a lot in terms of sim racing and having a fixed period where it's like, okay, here's where we're going in, here's where I'm aiming to get out, here's what I think I got to do, and then afterwards, if I hit it or if I didn't, why? That sort of thing. Having a bit of structure to how I push myself and grow in terms of my personal performance in sim racing. So that'll be a lot of fun to do after this Sunday, but for now and leading into the weekend, we're just locked in. I'm gonna try post as much stuff on Instagram at JackzerYT, so make sure to head on over there, give it a follow if you want to follow along. But yeah, for the entire community, for all the viewers, I'm gonna give it a good one for all of us, and hopefully at the end of it we have a fun little story to tell. And again, you know, to bring you along throughout the journey. I'll be on the microphone in between sessions and stuff on the Friday, on the Saturday, on the Sunday, I mean. It'll be a hoot. It'll definitely be one to remember. And that's it. Let's go give it socks. And yeah, hopefully we make it through in one piece. And if we're lucky, in a bit of style too. Best of luck, and I will see you when I see you.